The views expressed in the following show are for entertainment purposes only. They're not necessarily the views of Twin Galaxies, HD Films, or any of their affiliates.
Ho, ho, ho! A special Christmas edition.
Yeah, it's a special Christmas episode. Everyone's playing Doom.
All right.
Welcome everybody to settle on the screen.
Well, it is like Christmas. Doom
It is
10 came out today.
It's like Christmas once again. It's like I don't have 4 megabytes in my computer, so I can't play Doom. Back to the intro. Welcome to Settle on the Screen. I'm Michael Soroka, along here with Nick Houselander.
What's up?
Talk about the world of competitive gaming on the Twin Galaxies Scoreboard.
Yep.
I score record chasing, some speed runs.
Skirt chasing.
Been around, Twin Galaxies has been around, I don't know, 32 years. How old am I? 34? 34 years.
Yeah.
300 years.
Yep, Walter Day back in the day. Track
Byzantine era.
scores. If you saw the King of Kong, you know what we're all about, more or less. Might not be the same organization, but...
A little more crooked than the movie told.
There you go. But tracking video game world records for 34 years, and we're going to talk about...
Long time. Too long.
Too long.
So some could say way too long.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you think that do you think Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame balloting system's convoluted? Welcome to Twin Galaxies.
Just go to the forums.
Exactly.
You
25 pages in 2 days. Not even baseball is that kind of concern.
And there's even new stats in baseball.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, baseball is like every day there's a new stat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like kind of legit.
So that's what Settle It on the Screen is about.
That's what we do here.
So we're going to talk about a few world records that have been broken in the past 2 weeks here.
Yeah,
we announce this on every show. So for those of you joining us, make sure you guys go to twingalaxies.com. Look for your favorite video game. Maybe you can get a world record. Old games, new games.
Any game, really.
Any game, really. If you have a question, we'll definitely look at the chat throughout the night here.
Anything is accepted in all seriousness. Seriously. If you're watching this and you're like, I think I played this game one time. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Awesome. Seriously.
People submit that stuff all the time.
Just do it.
So
build
a... And that's what Twin Galaxies is about.
That is actually the point.
Is celebrating the achievements, regardless if they're number 1 or number 2.
Who cares?
Even though right now
number 3 is right out though. If it's number 3,
right now we're only going to pick out 9 number 1s that were broken in the past 2 weeks.
You do have to get the number 1 on a game for us to announce the score.
Yeah, to be on the show. Yeah.
I mean, maybe like once ever in the history of the show we'll like. We're going to choose one number 4, and we're reading it this week. Randomly.
5th place, yeah. Because everybody wants to be number 1,
no, that's
right?
Like,
I mean, that's what you want to know about. I'm sorry. We'll talk about it here in like 20 seconds, but nobody makes a article about the 13th place of Donkey Kong. I mean, it's a great achievement. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely. You wasted a lot of your time.
I don't know who 13th is right now on the leaderboard, but...
Someone knows.
That guy knows. Everybody else who doesn't play video games, well... They're kind of only going to care about being number 1.
No, that's it.
So here's the list of the world records for the week of May 13th.
Something. I was going to say 9th. Yeah. It's the 13th?
Yeah.
What happened the last 5 days?
To Mr. Wes Copeland.
Hey, Mr. Wes.
Donkey Kong World Champion.
Nice going,
World
Wes.
record holder. Officially 1.2 million has been hit. It's the magical number. Articles have been talking about. We asked Wes to be on our show tonight, but he's probably too busy playing other video games.
Or hopefully not playing video
games at all. Yeah. 1,218,000 points from Boston, Massachusetts, United States. We have a new Donkey Kong world record once again.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we have said that in our past 5 years of doing this show. But now I really feel it's
I do
old.
feel like...
That's it.
What's that? No, say that again?
It's actually getting old.
Oh, getting old? It's been getting old for like 5 or 6 years.
Well, it's been getting old since the second time.
But I actually do feel like, and I'm sure I will be proven wrong in like a month and a half or something, but I honestly feel like this is going to be the world record for a long time.
Yeah, I
kind of feel like... I almost, in the back of my head, feel like it'll never get broken because I never thought they were going to break 1.2. I really didn't. Yeah. So the fact that it's not just 1.2. It's more than that.
It's not one.
It's 18 grand ahead of 1.2.
It's not 1.2 million and 200 points.
No, exactly. To me, I'm like, I almost feel like I don't know if that record is mathematically possible.
Yeah, and mathematically, people have been kind of racking the numbers, and if everything goes right, like they've been using tool assist programs to maybe
3.2. You think it'll ever happen again?
I wish
it happened one time ever.
I hope 3.2 happens.
Only one man can do it.
Steve Sanders.
Hell yeah.
I think it's possible that maybe 1.25
you think
is
so?
possible.
Okay.
Mathematically tool assisted, where every jump is timed out and locked.
So a robot can do it.
A robot or a computer program with the correct random parts of a game.
Okay.
Because there's sometimes where it won't drop as many barrels or it won't group as much.
Random.
For example,
harder.
jumping 3 barrels gets you 800 points, I believe, or something like that.
Never done
that was only, like Weeby just like started doing that like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where people weren't even doing that. But I don't even know. I don't know if it's part of their game plan or not. Like I said, I'm not heavily invested in the Donkey Kong community, but
why would you be?
It can be pushed higher. Is it going to be pushed higher? Well, time will tell. Unless and Wes and Robbie Lakeman were kind of the new guns, pushing it further and further the past year and a half.
Oh, they've been
it sounds like Robbie and Wes are both retired now.
Yeah.
So in a sense,
I've heard that before.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a video game. You can come back and like what?
Everyone's Brett Favre.
Michael Jordan's done it. Doesn't mean they came back and played great, but
Jordan came back and played great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't think he's very good at Donkey Kong though. Is the thing. I don't think Jordan.
Yeah.
Basketball, yes. Baseball, Donkey Kong, probably not.
He was better at Donkey Kong than he was at baseball.
So congratulations to Wes. Just real quickly before I get on. Hi, Bob. Yo, guys, how do I redeem my hoodie? Well, you're gonna have to contact somebody at Twin Galaxies. Are you looking for the electronic one, or are you being one sent in the mail? A hoodie on H1Z1 or an actual physical hoodie to wear? That might make a difference on who can help you out with that. I understand the T-shirts aren't being sent out for the right to game. So just a little. I know
they are not.
They are.
Oh, they are.
Some of them are arriving at. They're starting to get mailed out. That's my understanding.
Okay.
H1Z1. I would go to twingalaxies.com and look for an email. Oh, you got the code. I don't know how to redeem on H1Z1. I'll be honest. I am a noob to that game, so I've never even played it. So somebody else will hopefully help you out.
I think there should have been instructions in the email that you got. I think there are anyway. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I thought.
Here we go. Congratulations to Matthew Felix. Now this is an inaugural world record. But this is just something fun to be on the database, something to track, because there would be so many tracks to track every single level.
You could dedicate an entire show to that alone.
Super Mario Maker, the death of all new Mario games.
I still don't get why Nintendo released it.
A Twin Galaxies user-created level by Mr. Ryan Jano, if I'm saying it correct.
Gano,
yeah, from Canada. Created a level. Level 1 is called I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. Fastest completion of 17.939 seconds. So go on your Wii U. How can you searching I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie?
Yeah, it's easy.
It looks like a pretty decent level to me. I did adjudicate that. That's the start of it. So I don't know if Matt.
Hey, if you can beat it in less than 18 seconds, it's worthwhile playing.
Yeah, exactly. Or just even if you're like 19 seconds. Second place means something.
Hey, we won't read it. But
I won't read it on this score.
Definitely.
But
no chance of getting read. But
yeah. So awesome job starting it off, Matt.
What do we got next?
Go ahead, Nick.
We got Jacob Spring from Denmark. Xbox 360 Live Arcade. Contra, beautiful. Points, 101. No, sorry.
There's a comma, 10 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. 10,141,300 points. Congratulations, Jacob.
Oh, I'm supposed to put this behind us on the green screen.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's not.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
I didn't set it up that
way.
way.
Oh, yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, I ran out of time.
No, that's cool.
Congratulations to Glenn Sampson of Newfoundland, Canada.
Dang.
New world record on
nice
Condor Attack. Game 1, 42,875 for the original Atari 2600. Welcome to the scoreboard. I know I've seen him submit a few other ones. I believe he beat a 6-year-old world record, something like that. So
I was going to say, if he beat a 6-year-old, that's not really that impressive.
well, hey,
Whatever.
there was a Guitar Hero kid who was like 5 years old that could like.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's
Dang.
videos. Oh yeah.
Condors. What if I made a flock of condors? Would you have a problem with that?
Well, of course, no one wants to see a bunch of.
No. This isn't a species that was destructed by deforestation or the building of a dam. This is dinosaurs are chosen.
Thank you, Dr. Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm, could you read the next?
Paul Tessie from Linwood, Washington. Nintendo Entertainment System, non-emulation. Nintendo Challenge 1991 points. Tournament settings, 12,378,000. Congratulations, Paul.
Awesome job. This world record's gone back once or twice the past 2 years. I believe the previous record was 11 million. Awesome job.
Wow, was it really? Wow, that's really good.
And this is an invite. I know we've been asking our fans what we want to do with our show, and we've been trying to get some competition set up, but to be honest with you, a lot of people we ask from Twin Galaxies database aren't just really reliable. So we're going to people out on the show. There's nothing against Paul.
No.
Paul, we'd like for you to be on Twin Galaxies as a guest. So if you are watching this, we'd love for you to be on our show.
You're our friend of Paul.
Let him know. Let Paul know that we want him on our show, and maybe that will confirm he will actually show up on the show.
That'd be cool.
Because we've asked a lot of people well, why don't you guys interview people? Well, the reason we stopped interviewing people is we'd ask them, and they'd say, yeah, we'll be there, and then we look like idiots when they don't show up. So we're going to put a little more pressure on these people. If Paul wants to. We're not saying he has to.
No, he doesn't have to.
We're just inviting him.
He doesn't have to, but he does have to.
Well, yeah. It kind of
If you say yes, I'll definitely be there the day of.
Then it puts.
Please show up. If you don't, then don't say yes. That's all we're saying.
So, Paul.
We're not saying that Paul did that. We're just saying people have done that to us in the past.
So we'll talk.
And they've all been named Paul.
No, actually, no.
No, actually, it was not him, but many other people.
Was it Prince? Because Prince is dead. Don't you guys feel bad
now? He never
now?
showed up anyways.
No, Prince Fielder never promised anything.
On to the next one. This is a long segment this week because it's fun.
That's mostly my fault. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Actually, no, it's probably our fault.
I'm not helping things.
Awesome world record because I call it a world record because in Japan and other continents,
Well, it's your game, man.
Pack and Pal never came to the United States.
Great game, though.
Great game. I don't understand why.
I think it's the best. It's Pac-Man.
Game 308,890 points for Pack and Pal from Jason Vasilov.
Sure.
It's
it's
not
fine.
Russian. It doesn't have the OV. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I butchered a lot of
I don't
names.
know how
so
else I would
welcome
say.
to the club. Awesome job. My favorite Pac-Man game. Wish it was really in the arcade. My favorite game to play on Namco Museum. All those stuff. Great. Awesome. Fun to watch too because now I kind of know a little bit more about how to play Pack and Pal.
Oh, dude, awesome. I love watching you play that game.
It's great.
I don't even know if you're good at it. I just love watching you
It's
play
just
it.
fun game.
We got Victor Delgado from California. Big state.
Game Boy Mortal Kombat 2. Speedy completion. 6 minutes, 55 seconds. Damn, that's really fast. Seriously, Victor,
Yeah,
that's like,
beat
holy
the previous
crap.
world record. I think about 45 seconds.
Wow, that's amazing.
By our buddy Patrick,
That's
Mortal
really, that's
Kombat
kind of amazing.
combat guy.
Damn.
I think it's amazing that they even have Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy.
No, I know.
That's kind of like
I'm
its
not
own-
gonna lie. I didn't know they did. Especially Mortal Kombat 2. I had no idea.
It's like StarCraft on the Game Boy. Or like what? You can't. How does that even work?
I'm
mean-
kind of trying to imagine how that's possible.
Counter Strike on my Game Gear.
Is it a role
Right,
play?
yeah, exactly. It's like
You got 2 buttons. You can punch and kick.
Mortal Kombat 2's an RPG on Game Boy. It'd be awesome.
Mortal Kombat on Tiger Game. I bet there
Well, they
isn't a-
did.
like
They had those.
Sub-Zero versus Snorlax.
I had Double Dragon for the Tiger game.
Oh,
Nice. Oh, that's
I mean, it
right.
was-
I remember that.
Do you remember that? I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
good, but I played it till it literally died. I mean, it was so
Wow.
hard. It really was like so difficult. And talking about getting it to work was the hard part. Like,
I'm gonna look at these chat comments right here. Somebody is watching at one of our sponsors. That might get you some bonus points for watching at one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
They'll be around later today. Back to the world records. Video game capital of the universe, Roscoe, Texas.
Roscoe!
Jesse
Texas.
Porter, Super Double Dragon on the SNES, non-emulated on NTSC. 316,700 points for Jesse. Nice job.
Nice going, Jess.
Oops. Hi, Delgado. You're
What
back.
up? That's an impressive score. I don't care what's going on.
Oh.
Whoa, what?
And
What?
congratulations to... Oh, I got them mixed up. Oh,
What are you doing?
I don't have them mixed up. And of course, it's not every week, and it's completely random.
Yeah, obviously.
John Brissy is this week's
Nice
Wingstop
going,
gift card
John.
giveaway.
Yeah.
He's a two-time winner. He won in 2015. So this
Did he really?
Yeah. So this is his,
damn.
yeah. So
Milwaukee.
yeah. For was that Picnic Panoria? I can't read it.
Paranoid.
Paranoid. I can't read tonight. On the TI-99 computer.
The old calculator.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
I saw that one. That was a good one.
6,970 points. Another Wingstop giveaway
All
here
right,
on Seven on the
congratulations,
Street.
John.
So nice job. You too can also get a Wingstop gift card, or
But
Buffalo,
randomly?
or to be honest with you, Buffalo Wild Wings if you want. It's a lot better than Wingstop.
Is it? I've never had stuff.
It's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
But better.
Oh, okay.
So
You mean
Buffalo Wild Wings
is better than
is
Wingstop.
way better, in
Okay.
my opinion. I mean,
Is
Wingstop's
like
still
is it a
good.
restaurant or?
It's more like go pick them up, but they have
Okay.
a restaurant.
Okay.
But regardless, congratulations. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah.
You too can also win a Wingstop gift card giveaway if you just submit scores to the Twin Galaxies database.
Nice.
Completely random.
No, what sounds good right now? Wings.
Wings actually.
Wings sound pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I had that gross pizza a couple minutes ago, and wings would have been a better choice.
Yeah, I've had some potato chips for food today.
Yeah. But you know, it is summer, so it is time for transparent Bud Light.
baby.
Yeah.
Bud Light Clear.
Yeah, when is
Clear Bud
when is
Light.
Bud Light Lime going to get into the esports advertising?
I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not.
Well, Bud Light is.
no, I know Bud
they're
Light.
going
Bud Light's-
crazy
yeah, they're,
in the
they're
esports
spending tons
advertising.
of money on that.
I don't know if it was the
You think there's summertime games they'll like show like people playing games on the beach and stuff like that?
yeah, because all competitive gamers play games on the beach.
There's no
Or ever
competitive
go to the
game.
beach ever.
I was going to say competitive gamers have heard of the beach because they saw it
Well,
in
they
a game.
can't.
I might
it's
actually
just
be allergic to the
skin
sun.
just
I'm
burn.
not. Scientists haven't figured out yet, but
That's
there's a good chance I'm
disease.
allergic to the sun.
Yeah, no, that's a disease. There was a lot movie once about it.
Ugh. Excuse me.
it's,
been a long time.
it's so
It's
good.
been a long time.
Oh, I
since
love Bud Light Lime.
There's so much lime.
It's so good. It's hard to drink though.
It is hard to drink. All right. So,
That's awesome.
what should we talk
what's
about?
on the docket,
We
Mike?
could talk about baseball.
We could talk about baseball.
I could go for my Intellivision pinball world record that was so exciting after our show last time we broadcast.
Yeah.
Now,
That
I have a
could be-
baseball question, actually.
That's fine.
that is.
Anybody have any questions? The show can
We
be
have
guided
tons
by
of
you in the
answers.
chat or you here.
Yeah.
We're talking with Don Atreides. He's in Twin Galaxies Live 4. If you want to be in Twin Galaxies Live 2 and show your face, feel free to call in.
Paul's great grandfather.
You guys can call into the show too. Use your Skype and dial TG Live 2, 3, or 5, or 6. So if you have something to say, on screen or have your voice be heard, come on. We don't care.
Nah, don't be
Okay,
scared.
Don, what is the baseball question?
Here's my baseball question. In Major League Baseball, sorry, I'm playing Pac-Man while I'm talking. In Major League Baseball, are you allowed to bring your own ball, like the ball of your choice, or do you have to use like the regulation
No.
ball?
No, you're not.
Yeah, so you can use you can just use any ball, any baseball you want. Really, there's no standard, is what I'm asking. Is there a standard ball so that like everybody plays the same game, or
I mean, the ball's made exactly the same.
Yeah,
They're all the
Major
same.
League
So-
Baseball.
Ball supplies the balls.
they do? So there's like a standard so that everyone.
yeah.
So it's fair for everybody. So it's an even competition between the teams.
Yes, it
I
is.
guess.
It's actually the balls are provided and checked by Major League Baseball, and throughout the game, they are very, very strict on the balls themselves, because even a foul ball normally is typically thrown out almost after every play. I mean,
because they're afraid of it
I know
being.
if there's a hit, the ball gets thrown back to the pitcher, and then it's still used.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I think if a ball goes out of play, they reuse it, or if it hits the dirt a certain way, they show it to the umpire.
A lot of it's up to the pitcher. I mean,
it's up to the pitcher?
A pitcher or the catcher. I mean, a lot of the times, though,
Okay.
pitch. I mean, you'll see the pitcher sometimes throw it back to the catcher, and the catcher will trade it back with the umpire.
Yeah, and once they throw it to the ball boy, it's done.
I do not believe
rotation.
it goes back into circulation. They go through a lot of baseballs during a baseball game.
Yes.
But no,
So
it's not like the Rockies are coming into Milwaukee going, we got the balls this time, guys. This is we got. Don't worry.
We brought them with us, right? Like, who brought the baseballs?
We're using
that's
my
embarrassing.
bats. We're using my mitts. Everything my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though
They don't do
though
that.
in Colorado, because of the altitude, higher humidified atmosphere before the game starts because of the high altitude and
And
so
the air pressure.
the air pressure. So they want to keep the ball a little more moist, which is why people have always said if you don't want to be a pitcher in Colorado because you have less of a chance of being successful and
Because you get more home runs.
because you get more home runs.
So you want to be a batter. You want to be a
Absolutely.
Can't be a DH in the Rockies, but
Yeah, that's why Nolan Arenado.
if you're a first baseman, you
Trevor
want
Story
you want
would be
you want a
the-
first baseman. You want big stats. You go to Colorado.
Oh, absolutely.
So go ahead, Don. Sorry.
Yeah.
What
No,
do you
no.
tell-
So I just
that's
had,
one question.
So it
We'll-
sounds like it. It just sounds like the standards, having a standard that everyone kind of goes to is important to the sport. It seems. I just was curious. I was just curious how sports did it, like baseball. If you want to have a standard
Mhm.
that everyone
yeah.
follows.
Oh yeah, there's all stuff like that. Every sport,
Oh no, definitely.
like bowling, you can't have a ball heavier. You can't have a ball. I want to say 8 pounds in professional, even though I don't know why you would.
I was gonna say that
I don't
doesn't
think
make
you can
sense.
use like a kid ball of 6 pounds. And like I said, there would be it would be a
I was
disadvantage.
gonna say.
But you can't
Bounce off the pin.
use a ball heavier than 16.
Yeah, that's the heaviest. you
So
can
there's
go.
still a standard there. So you can put, and,
Gotcha.
and the lane has to
It
be
sounds,
the same.
it sounds like all sports have standards to make things fair for all the competitors. Would that be
Or
accurate?
it's at least
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Football, obviously, as we found out ad nauseum about the deflating of football,
Deflategate, right?
which is the stupidest sports story in the history of sports stories. But obviously, in football, there is a little more leeway when it comes to that sort of stuff. Not that I actually think it
You know-
matters at all, but obviously there is a little more leeway.
the only thing I guess that is different would be stadiums. Like for example,
Baseball's crazy because
Yeah,
every stadium is
but
different.
both teams play 9 innings in the same place.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, no doubt.
Granted,
Yeah.
you get more of an advantage of playing.
But if you're the home team,
If
you
you're
get
the
to
home
bat
team, you're
last,
used
yeah.
to playing
And
that.
you're used to playing
yeah,
that, yeah.
so you're used to the crowd. That's a different element of the game, but the game itself is still the same
Oh, yeah,
because you're going head to head.
Exactly.
And that's-
It's even
yeah.
during the game.
Yeah, but like certain sports, like golf, everybody has to start at the same tee. Everybody has to put the ball in the same cup, but they can use their own different clubs.
Absolutely. Oh, without a doubt. There is no regulation.
But there's still a regulation in the clubs they use.
That's true, but there's a middle ground. I guess same with baseball. You don't have to use the same exact bad weighted.
but they all
bat.
have to be within a certain
Yeah,
regulation.
there's an agreement between the Players Association and Major League
Well,
Baseball.
let's bring out hockey sticks.
Oh,
Hockey
that's
sticks,
definitely true,
hockey
yeah.
sticks have to have a certain amount of curve. A
Mhm.
goaltender can't have his pads wider than this.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Patrick Waugh kind of started that.
But it's consistent throughout the whole league.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
It
on
is
a completely on a completely unrelated non-sport, not related to my question previously. What do you guys think about emulation
Emulation of what?
of a game system? Do you think that, say, for instance, you wanted to
Well,
emulate the Sega Dreamcast? Do you think all of TG should use the same emulator, or do you think just bring your own emulator?
Well, I guess. Well, this is just
That's
personal.
hard.
Personally, I like MAME. It's there because then we can
Right.
play and compete things. But in terms of me, if you I mean, this is just a personal thing. If you gave me a Galaga arcade machine and then a perfect computer set up playing, I'm gonna play it on the arcade machine.
Sure, of course.
No doubt about it. Puzzle. I own Puzzle Bobble. Have I submitted a Puzzle Bobble MAME score? No, I don't know why. I should probably.
Yeah,
I could, but
but
the one that means more to me is the arcade one.
And you own
Right.
there.
And I own the arcade one. That's it's just a little bit more because that's the original, system. So and they we talked about this. I want to say almost a year ago, because there was arguments. If we go back to some State of the Galaxies, which is a show you should watch next Friday.
Next Friday.
You can argue more with Jace Hall, custodian of Twin Galaxies. We had there was a lot of things about what version of Wolf MAME should be or shouldn't be accepted.
Did we really
for MAME? Well, you probably didn't talk about it, but we talked about it on State of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And it seems like as long as the version of, if nobody's cheating and the version is represented, enough evidence there that nobody cheated, it didn't matter what version of Wolf MAME you use. Now, you can't go out and use a different MAME. I have never seen anybody get a score accepted that didn't use Wolf MAME. I tried because I didn't know any better, because I didn't know what, I thought MAME emulators are all the same. I submitted and I found out wrong.
Not so much?
Not so much. No, it's not. So, because I couldn't get Wolf MAME to freaking record, so I said, screw it. Whatever. I didn't participate on the right platform or the right emulator, so my score didn't get accepted.
That's a tough question, Don, because the reason in sports why there is they're able to have these regulations and rules is because management / owners / the commissioner of the league sits in a room with the Players Association head, and they say, okay, here's the thing, what are we going to do here? And then they talk it over, and then they agree on something. Where in Twin Galaxies, there's not a commissioner, and there's just a huge kind of collective voice of everybody. So there's no way to police it, because there isn't a way to... There's no collective bargaining agreement between players. So I don't know how you could agree on a single MAME. You would need people in charge to make these rules.
Yeah, for example, I don't agree on using Wolf MAME because I can't get the freaking thing to work. Now, you can call me just an idiot.
No, and I was going to say, someone might be like, what are you, an idiot? I can get it to work. Why can't you get it to
exactly.
work?
And I've actually had this discussion. We'll bring his name up. I haven't brought his name up in weeks because I normally won't, but I'll bring it up with Mr. Rudy Ferretti. The main reason why he doesn't submit.
Nope, you said it twice. You can't say it.
He can't figure it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I've tried to help him out for other, for example, I only play in the MAME tournaments because Don has been nice enough to send it all packaged for me,
cool.
and it worked. So it's me installing my own MAMEs. I get too frustrated and I just go play something else. So does that mean I'm not a good gamer?
Yeah.
No, it's just because I didn't have access to it. If I really, really wanted to compete at that level or on that system, well, then I'd do everything in my possibility to get that.
Yeah.
If I wanted to play baseball, I'd make sure I'd have a baseball mitt before I go up to the ballpark.
No, and I guess the hard part with that, Don, is it almost would go against the idea of what Twin Galaxies, I should say, has become or is at this current stage, because if there was an actual commissioner or someone in charge of it, and they just said, this is the emulator we're using, of course there's going to be some people who would be like, this emulator's not as good as this one, why don't we use this one? And then the commissioner would be like, well, because this one's the one I chose on, so we're going to go with that. So right there, even though it would be nice to have that ruling, it almost goes against the idea of what Twin Galaxies is right now, which is kind of like the user-based submitted, where people are like, no, this one's great, why don't you guys try this? And then it's kind of like, try and test it, and then you just kind of hope for the best and hope that overall, maybe over a couple of years, everyone would be like, this one, we all tried 10 different ones, but this is the best emulator.
Yeah.
So if you just have the one that's chosen on, and ultimately it's not good, then it's like, well, then what do you do?
I guess you are limiting some players.
Yeah, you're limiting some players, but at the same time, you're also...
But the reason to use a specific one or a collection of certain ones, let's just say you can use multiple ones. Like there's a certain list. Let's just not say one. There's a fewer. You run the risk of the rules that we've made. I mean, it's like... And I guess I knew where this conversation was kind of going. I guess when we talked about baseball, but when you play home and away, both teams play it with the same advantages.
Still even keel.
It's still even keel.
So.
Or when it's a single player sport, like I brought up bowling or golf.
Yeah.
Well, golf is a different course every time, but I guess we could use bowling as go to a bowling alley. It's the same length at every bowling alley.
Yeah,
the pins are placed at the same spot. Yes, the oil pattern
is different,
but
you're not as hungover one day as you are the next.
Yeah, and that's where if you compare that to like gaming, well, that's where you could use a different controller as long as it's made by the same thing, etc. But if you don't have some set of guidelines, then it's impossible to compare. And if it's impossible to compare, then who cares about a scoreboard?
Yeah.
For example, a lot of people don't care about online scoreboards because they're hacked.
Yeah,
so no one gives a rat's.
Pretty much all.
So this is I don't want to say this is the same thing of making multiple emulators. Well, if you played on this emulator, you played on this emulator, you played on this emulator, nobody who comes new to the website or who never had experience with that emulator can compare them. If you use this emulator, I use this emulator. If I don't know about yours, I will always doubt that you did something and you cheated a certain way because your score is better than mine.
Especially if your score is still better than mine.
Exactly.
That's like human nature right there.
And that's why, it needs to be on a certain level playing ground. Doesn't mean you can have multiple different platforms or whatever you want. I called it platforms. If you want you want to play on a, to be honest with you, a lot of you may submit scores on highscore.com.
Yeah.
The way they got that set up is maybe how Twin Galaxies should evolve in more platforms. For example, using television. It should be a short list.
Yeah.
On Intellivision on highscore.com, they have 3 different platforms, maybe even more. I might be wrong. There's the you play on the original Intellivision. You play on an emulated version. Now there's no standard. There's a few Intellivision emulators out there, not many, but there's a few, and that's one section. And then on another section, they had the Intellivision Flashback.
Oh, they actually have it in there. No kidding.
And when you compare that,
it's different. It's totally.
It is totally different. The clock speed's different. It doesn't play exactly the same.
The controller's better.
The controller is way better.
So much better. No Intellivision controller was that receptive.
So to compare playing Astro Smash on a what do you call it?
Emulator?
On an emulator, or on the flashback, compared to playing on the regular Intellivision, those are 2 way different things.
Oh, they should
nowhere near be grouped together for any, I guess, historical ranking. Is what I want to call it, because they're not comparable.
No.
So why are they in the same category?
No, and that's the problem.
They shouldn't.
I think that's, and I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be tracked or shouldn't be played, because I think emulators are cool as hell. It's the only way these old games are going to survive. And some of them, like I'm saying,
some of these games, for example, Pack and Pal.
Yeah.
You brought it up earlier.
Oh, no, definitely. If I wanted it's a game that I know you love and I think is awesome, I would have never played it if it wasn't for emulators.
There's no way you and me can compete on a side because we don't have access. So there is an avenue for us.
Which is awesome, but at the same time, emulators are just the definition of a slippery slope. That's the problem with emulators. And I don't have a solution other than someone in charge of the scoreboard chooses an emulator and says, you guys might think this is a better emulator, but this is the only one you are allowed to use on Twin Galaxies, which I don't believe will ever happen, but I do think that's the only way you could ever solve the emulator problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And the problem is it evolves. Emulators evolve.
No, without a doubt.
And where original consoles,
they never.
Well, Well, not for the new generation, PlayStation 3, 4.
No, they're constantly
They're constantly evolving
Thank
too.
God, but
With patches and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes,
they actually
especially
make the games work
to these
after a while.
older ones, they actually make the games work. They fix the games. It's amazing. It's a great technology that people complain about.
So now with that, Glenn's Link to the Past glitch run would totally not work on a modern system because they would have patched it.
Yep, exactly.
So pluses and minuses. I think Glenn would prefer it the way it is, but I would not. For instance, I prefer that. I'm a glitchless kind of guy.
We should be glad that Glenn wasn't here for this conversation.
Yeah, no.
Like, emulation. It's all junk. Except then he plays MAME all the time on it, but in terms of high scores and stuff.
Yeah, but wouldn't he play the arcade if he could, though?
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, absolutely.
If I give him my Bosconian machine, he's going to play Bosconian only on the arcade machine and probably never play it on MAME again. I mean, it's just, yeah.
You think Glenn was 20 years older than we are?
I know. Especially by the games he plays.
Oh, I know. He plays games older than. I'm like, you're younger than me. Why do you even know what
That
these
reminds.
games are?
I don't know why it reminds me, but there's an awesome pinball show at the Pinball Hall of Fame in Ann Arbor. Really, it's technically Brighton, Michigan. 13th through 15th. It's going on right now, so none of you guys are watching us, and it's sold out, so you can't go anyways. And that's why I was disappointed. And that's why I'm here.
It's sold out.
Yeah, it's fuck.
I didn't even heard about it.
It was fucking cheap that they didn't say that tickets could sell out. I didn't know that like a venue like Midwest Gaming Classic or like, for example, Replay FX that's gonna. I said that probably wrong. It's not Replay FX, is it?
No, I think that's right.
Okay, I'm just thinking of Pinball FX in my head.
I have no idea.
But I never thought that a pinball show could sell out. Like I didn't know there'd be a specific amount of.
Yeah, I
tickets.
didn't even know it was possible.
I was so bummed because I was going to take my kid.
Yeah.
Because he's obsessed with Pinball Arcade and Funhouse, the most creepiest pinball machine out there, in my opinion. And I wanted to take him to go see him and play him, and I'm like, I'll just buy it at the door. Sold out.
Huh.
So
I have a question for you guys.
Go to the website.
Nice.
I like supporting local shows, but
What do you think?
sold out.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, I'm done.
Sorry.
That's my rant of the week. Go ahead.
What do you guys think about? So recently in a thread, someone who's handsome and wearing a red shirt compared Twin Galaxies and competitive scoreboards to the Olympics, right? With the idea of the people coming up and the seriousness of the competition and that kind of thing. How do you guys and you guys in the chat too? What do you guys feel about that? The idea that Twin Galaxies is not at the level of the Olympics in terms of prestige and all that stuff, but that's more the idea. Or do you see it more as a, hey, me and my buddies are going to play games and we're competing against each other, and more of a more casual type of thing?
Well, I mean that's that vision is different for every single person, but what Twin Galaxies is how much credibility it is. But I mean, if you submit to the scoreboard, you are behind some type of vision that Jace Hall has for this whole thing. Is that the objective is to award gamers based on their skill level of these games, and say that I don't want to say it's not a waste of time, because I agree sometimes it is a waste of time, but celebrate the achievement of somebody taking a score to 1.2 million on Donkey Kong. That's awesome that he took the amount of time, the skill level he has to do it, and the heart to beat a video game. Yes, it's only a video game, but we're going to award him that.
Well, it's just a video game, but then basketball players are just millionaires in shorts playing a child's game, right? I mean, there's no...
Yep.
It's important because you think it's important. That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, and exactly. And a lot of people believe that Twin Galaxies is important. And it is very important. That's why some of these, comparing it to the Olympics is very important, because I think people want to see Twin Galaxies be the place that is like the Olympics for video game players. They come all around the world. They compete on certain games to, I don't want to say represent a country, but represent themselves of how good of the player they are at these specific games or genres or etc. And that is Jace Hall's vision.
Yeah.
I don't want to say exactly like the Olympics, but why do we do the Olympics? The same reason we celebrate the athletes' achievements or the country's athletes' achievements, because we do it because they filter it. They filter how many gold medals
without
the
a doubt,
United States gets. So it's like, how Twin Galaxies filters specific games on Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Well, this person got the gold medal on Mushroom. I don't know, a Mario Kart. Rainbow Road or whatever.
Rainbow Road.
This is the gold medal on Rainbow
Ghost
Road.
Valley or whatever.
But Matthew Felix has more silver medals in all the other tracks. So, in terms of a grand champion, Matthew Felix, the country, wins Super Mario. So, in essence, I believe Jace is trying to build it like that, and the people who submit to it are trying to be a part of it. I mean,
so I noticed that Pete Hahn wrote in the chat that he thinks that in order to get there, we need to be more stringent about our standards. What do you guys feel about that?
I think so. I mean, look at the Olympics right now. They're under heavy scrutiny because they're finding Russia was doping the Winter Olympics.
Shot was so surprising.
Everyone's like, what? Why would the figure skaters dope? But sure enough, no.
Yeah, and and what does that do if it's true? If it's true, those people don't deserve to win. Just like why there's rules in Twin Galaxies, why I can't submit, my Sansan performance with Nick on our crappy little PC in here and count it as the world record.
Which is garbage because it was awesome.
It was awesome. But we understand that we didn't play in the same terms or the same slope or whatever.
Maybe you understand.
I know that.
Russia, whatever.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Nick's 100% pro doping.
But I agree.
Steroids are cool.
And that's the thing is you got to have some type of standards so everybody plays on the same playing field. I mean,
of course.
All professional sports, if that's what esports or that's what Twin Galaxies is trying to become, you got to make it one. You got to make it fair, but then you also have to make it organized so the competitors don't get. I guess so. The competitors aren't turned away.
No, exactly.
I mean, there's a reason why people come.
You have to make it reasonable.
Yeah, for example, there's a reason why people come. We'll use hockey again, just because I know more about it. People come to the NHL because it's the most organized.
Yeah.
You're playing for the best prize, the Stanley Cup, and since you are playing for the best league of the elites, it makes the most money and brings the most fans in. It's the most watched. So it's.
Those things tend to fall in line.
So
with each other.
Back to what Pete Hahn said here in the chat, yeah, it needs to get to that point, and you need to have some standards. And my personal opinion, and I'll say it again, Twin Galaxies needs a goddamn commissioner.
Yeah.
Somebody that
we need our Gary Bettman.
We need a Gary Bettman.
We do need
as much as I hate Gary Bettman, we need a commissioner that somebody is hated by a lot of people and loved by a lot of people, but at least it keeps moving forward in an organized manner without, like we've seen here in the, not today as an instance only, but instances since Jace Hall has taken over.
Yeah.
Community's been a big part of it, is there's a lot of back and forth. But then with having a commissioner, there's balances.
Without a doubt.
You have board members or people that can select who that commissioner is, and
each system should have they will be the owners of the sports team. So Nintendo will be run by this guy.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I think it'd actually be kind of awesome.
Awesome, actually. But that's just me.
Glenn will obviously run MAME.
Or SNES. MAME SNES.
MAME would be awesome.
Whatever that one.
Yes. Well, yeah, every system will have its own MAME category, too.
So, Glenn's not here, so there's no Steam pick of the week. Screw him.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go play a PC game, might as well play Doom. It's worth the shot, right? It's
Doom.
So is it out now? Is it actually?
It came out on today. On a Friday.
Yeah.
If you are a PlayStation member, You can get it for $53.99, downloadable
Hey.
only, which I will never do. I'm getting a disc.
I've been this guy.
If I'm gonna get Doom, I haven't decided if I'm getting it on the PC or on PlayStation.
That's a tough one, yeah.
If I'm spending money on
I
something,
gotta say
want
the mouse keyboard.
Well, Yeah, actually, come back to what Nick just said. If Doom does, some PC games still come on DVD or CD or Blu-ray. If Doom is out on that media, then I will buy the PC version. But I don't think it is. I think it's download only. So I think I'll probably get the PlayStation version then.
So lame. What? It's Doom 4, right?
No, it's called Doom.
It's just called Doom.
I know.
It is Doom 4, though.
Yeah,
It
let's
is.
call it Doom 4. We make it official. Yeah, it's Doom
Okay,
4.
it's Doom
Unless you
4.
want to erase Doom 3 entirely, which is okay.
Okay.
If you just want to pretend that Doom 3 doesn't exist.
Because I played Doom once, and I was 12. I'm not 12 anymore, and Doom just came out today, so they're not the same game, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just like the Xbox One makes no
No,
sense.
exactly. I'm like, no, I own an Xbox One. I bought it in 02.
Xbox, I know it wasn't called the Xbox One, but it's Xbox. Because the PlayStation wasn't called PlayStation 1.
No, it was just called PlayStation.
Then they called the next one PlayStation 2.
Yeah, and as soon as PlayStation 3, or what's it called, Xbox 360 came out, I started calling the first one Xbox One.
Yeah, because it was the
Xbox One,
first
exactly.
Xbox. It was the
Because
first
it was the
Xbox.
first Xbox. That's
Now
just what it was called.
That's why I don't have an Xbox One, because I'm against stupid naming. I kind of want one, but
No,
Like,
if
maybe
Xbox Xbox is awesome, and now that I'm not smart, if Xbox is awesome, they will call their next system Xbox 360. Because that'll be great. Because that'll be never ending.
Xbox 362.
Yes, dude. Oh my god, that'd be so awesome. Please, Microsoft, do this.
I loved when they were the new Xbox and leaks, and they just kept calling it the Xbox 720.
That's what we called it
Yeah,
from the
it's
get-go.
a good call. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I tried to call it
so-
Xbox 180 for a while, but like, no, it's easier to just call it Xbox One.
so that's the Steam pick of the week. I'm not bringing it up. It's Doom. There hasn't been any previews. Many of you have played the.
Yeah, it's on sale on Steam for $10.99.
I played the beta multiplayer. I didn't really care for the multiplayer.
Oh, really?
I didn't. 'Cause you're not
Yeah, it's
killing-
more of a single player experience, though, anyway.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping
I
the
mean, it's
single
supposed to be
player
anyway.
experience. Yeah, I mean the multiplayer was cool, but it just reminded me of Halo. I mean,
Oh.
Halo's all right. I mean, I like
Yeah.
Halo, but it's like I already played Halo. I don't need to play Halo
Long
again.
time ago.
Yeah. So or Quake. I mean, if
Was
I'm
it
gonna,
Halo 1 or Halo
well,
360?
regardless if it's Halo or Quake, I'd rather play Quake than a reimagined
Oh,
version. Of it.
Quake Arena?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Quick 3.
That's the best
It's
one.
the same deathmatch. It's not anything new or. It's not like Strikes. It's Call of Duty. You know, there's no.
Hey, my favorite thing with Doom was playing co-op anyway.
Now
Co-op was a blast.
I don't know if the single player does have a co-op mode.
That would be awesome.
That would be
That
awesome.
would be sweet.
So I'm excited for it, even though it is another reboot type of thing. But I was excited for the trailers. So
Hey, the trailer was sweet.
I know.
The extended trailer, that was really cool.
and of course we can still play Doom
Yeah.
today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was thinking about playing it tonight, but we only got about 8 minutes left, so probably won't be playing it. I'm not.
Probably
Gonna,
not.
by the time I get it set up, and I was gonna play Doom 1. I'm not gonna play Doom 2 or Doom 3 or Doom 4.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, Doom's
So-
awesome. I love Doom.
Yeah. So definitely thank you guys for showing up tonight. We had a great. I mean, we still have quite a few minutes. So if you guys have something you want to talk about, or somebody else has any achievements in the world record community, please bring them up. I'm trying to read the chat. If I missed anything, doesn't look like it. Yes, Ruffles are much greater than standard chips than Lay's. Of course they are. That's
Oh my
why
God.
they're our sponsor here, and we forgot to bring our true sponsor, Airheads, every week.
Lay's are like the worst potato chips on the planet.
Yeah, they're just.
I'll eat them, but they're the worst, hands down. In Michigan here, we eat Better Made, and they're called Better Made legitimately because they are far better made than any other potato chip.
I discussed this on Facebook with a few people, and few people have been messaging me over the weeks, and thank you for always watching our show. So this is kind of a editorial. No, I don't know what this is, but
Okay.
just we will bring up some facts about our show. The objective of Settle It on the Screen is to settle it on the screen, and most of the times we're settling things like we did today, or
Which is
trying
still
to-
technically on
just
the
kind of things not even about celebrating achievement. I mean, we do celebrate achievement at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we do.
Or we
Without
want
a
to.
doubt.
A lot of people want us to interview more gamers too.
We would,
And
we would
like I
love
said,
that.
there's
also.
really, I know there's not three sides of a coin, but there's three different sides
that'd
of
be
a
an
story.
interesting coin.
First of all, some of the people that you guys suggest for us to come on,
You're saying there's 3 sides to every story,
Yeah.
not just 2?
yeah,
Whoa.
that the people that you guys want us to bring on the show, they don't want to come on the show. That's
They
one
most
thing.
definitely do not want to.
The other reason is some people say they're going to come on the show, then they don't come on the show.
Most
They
likely
just-
scenario.
and
Tennessee. No, I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Okay, we're not calling them out.
That poor guy.
Oh, maybe there was only 2 sides now. I forgot my third
I was
one.
gonna say I didn't realize. I've never heard the saying that there's 3 sides to a story.
I forgot. Oh my god! I
There's the
forgot
2 truthful sides and then
other-
the
there's
made up
then there's the
side.
fake one. But so to be honest,
We
that's
supply
why
you with every Friday.
that's why we. Those are 2 reasons. I forgot the third one
yeah.
of why we've been discouraged to try to keep inviting people on. If you want them to come on our show, please let us know and let them know. Convince them to come on our show.
Yeah.
Or just sign into our Skype. We've had many people wanting to be on our show and go, Mike, will you be on our show? And I'll say, okay, sign into Twin Galaxies Live on Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sick of announcing people's names and then not
Yeah,
showing.
like-
And guess what? I say, hey, show up and be in Twin Galaxies Live 3. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they didn't show up. I'm not announcing the name. I didn't say anything about them, so we don't look stupid.
Yeah, it's
on
like
the
being
show.
stood up on
So-
a date.
Yeah, so
It's like the first time it happens, you're like, well, that sucks. Okay, I'll give it another shot. And then it happens again. You're like, man, this dating thing's kind of crap. I'll give it one more shot. And you get stood up a third time. You're like, no, I'm just not dating anymore.
So there is a possible program change for maybe me and Nick and Glenn. We're not sure, so please provide us with your feedback.
Huh, this
Do you
is
like
news to me.
This is news to Nick. Let us know. Well, you know a little bit about
I
maybe
know,
our other
I'm
show.
lying right now.
We're gonna still probably plan to. I mean, nothing's changing next week or the week after. Settle on the Screen will be on in 2 weeks, or iTunes, or etc. And me and Nick will still be broadcasting in some form or shape here on Twin Galaxies.
Mhm. Yeah.
But in terms of the show format, do you guys really enjoy the stuff that we talk about, like the forum stuff? And because we really only talk about achievement as much as we can. Because one, we don't want to favor some people, and we don't also want to just talk about the same thing over and over. and over again.
Things do get. It's been almost 2 years, and things do get stale.
And things do get stale. For example, I'm looking at the submission review right now on the Twin Galaxies website. Nothing against the people who submit, but I ain't looking at Angry Birds and
No, these are not records that.
I can't go through those and somehow
Well, there's
make
just
it exciting.
100,000 of them. It's it's
Yeah,
not that they're
like I
bad
said,
or anything like that. It just
no,
there's
go
so
ahead and
many of
submit.
them.
I just,
Yeah. The more the merrier, but they're not readable reviews.
Sometimes we can't really talk about it. For example, we could have talked about Donkey Kong. Granted, we've talked about Donkey Kong for years, but Wes didn't want to come on the show.
Yeah.
So what's new about it? He got the highest score.
Yeah, no. If Wes agreed to come on, obviously we would have
Yeah.
spent half hour talking about that.
And me and Nick aren't experts on every single video game in the Twin Galaxies database. So
No,
it's not gonna
oh my
be-
god, not
So,
even close.
Unless there's a Twin Galaxies event going on of
Yeah.
a championship or an online tournament, I don't want to say things get stale here, but they do.
they do.
Unless
unfortunately. Yeah, if there's an event that
Oh,
me and
God,
Mike are able to cover, that's what
that's what the
that
show is about.
That is what we would like the show always to be about. Me and Mike we feel like we're at our best, and I know I'm at my most excited, and I know you are too, is when there's an event.
Yeah.
If we could broadcast every show live from an event, that would be
we would have
what we
content
would
for you
want.
every week.
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
hour.
No, if we could just travel the
Good
world and
content. We have content for you every week.
oh no, yeah, obviously, but no, that is always what we've wanted to do.
Yeah.
If we could just travel the United States or the world, honestly, and cover events, that would be great.
Yeah, that's what the show would be.
Honestly, we would prefer to just be correspondents. That's always what we've
Yeah.
wanted to do, and we try to get away as much as we can.
We've done some on our own, too.
No, we did a little over a month ago.
And those are normally our favorites.
Oh, they're always my favorite shows, yeah. But it's hard, and life gets in the way.
So
of that
please
stuff.
send us messages on Facebook, what you like, what you don't like. Do you really want us to keep doing it? Because your comments and feedback actually fuels why we do it.
Without a doubt.
For example, me and Nick have a side band, and we haven't done anything with it, and we get comments all the time.
Which is hilarious.
And it just motivates us to do more, and we love that. And it makes us feel good. And that's why we do the show. Yeah. We don't make money. But yeah, we get free food, but
free food's good.
So we have our passion is broadcasting. We have another idea about gaming. It's going to be more like a let's play.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a let's play of a certain subject that we are very passionate about, that we could talk about for hours and hours. I know we can at least do 2 years of 52 weeks hour shows at least.
Easy.
and not like baseball. We can talk about baseball.
Exactly. It's just
and main reason why Settle on the Screen and the Twin Galaxies podcast show, originally why I did it, is because nobody was doing anything.
Yeah.
And now Jace Hall has made Twin Galaxies what it should be does.
Yeah, what it should
it
have
actually
been
celebrates
10 years ago.
It celebrates the gamers, and more news outlets are recognizing Twin Galaxies as a website. So for this show,
it happened.
So for this show to be needed, it's not so much. That show was the extra push during the Pete Bouvier years, where nothing was ever done. Nothing was ever, we stepped in for when Walter stepped away and stopped promoting gamers, and that, so.
Yeah, we love you, Pete, though.
We kind of, Pete Bouvier, man. Go step on that rake for me, buddy.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. You freaking rule.
So please send us your feedback, all that good stuff, because that will determine a better show for you, a better show for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And that kind of stuff.
The better show we can make for you guys, hopefully the more you'll enjoy it.
For more entertaining for everybody too, and for us. So
that you guys are the reason we do it.
Yeah.
If no one was watching, we wouldn't be doing the show. So.
Exactly.
Am I the reason you do it?
Partially.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the reasons, Don.
Yes.
So
I knew it.
Like, thanks, Don, for signing in.
Yeah,
Galaxies Live 4.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it, though. I like it.
For all of those viewers in the chat this week, like we said, if you are new to the channel, go check out Twin Galaxies. Hey, Gleedy182, King of Kong was awesome. Yes, it was awesome. You should check out the new world record of 1.2 million.
Yes,
Broke
absolutely.
this last week. Go check it out on twingalaxies.com.
1.218.
Definitely come compete with us, because that is the most important part about
Absolutely.
it. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Make sure you come back next Friday for State of the Galaxies, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So if we're not out,
you're out. So ready when you guys are. 3, 2,
1.
Good
Good night!
night.